Okay guys, I'm back. Apologies for that. I had a few technical difficulties. It's kind of to be expected because of my crappy internet. But thank you so much for your patience, guys. I really do appreciate it. I know it's a pain in the backside. You're watching a stream and then it just abruptly gets cut. And it's kind of embarrassing for me because I am so new to this. I have no idea what I'm doing. But that's cool. It's all a learning curve. We'll all live and learn. It's not doing anyone any harm or killing anyone, so that's the main thing. Ooh. I've got to say, I do like the movement of the animals now. It's so much better. And the AI is much improved. Okay, let's see how many animals we've got left to discover. 2 more. Okay. So we've already got a bird, so it might be another bird. And maybe another land animal. I don't think there's any water on this planet, so there's no sea creatures to scan. I just want to see if there's any more buried technology anywhere. Not around here, there isn't. Okay, fair enough. We'll head back. And we're going to get this oxygen as well. It'd be rude not to. There we go. I think we're pretty good for supplies right now. We don't need that Mordite, or we don't need that Radon. So we can get rid of that. Everything else we're going to keep. And we can use that in the refiner. For something. I can't remember what exactly it is, but it's for something. Okay. Oh, we have some goodies here. Be rude to refuse any of them. Projectile ammunition. And we'll take that. Thank you. And what's in there? Gek relic. Okay, we'll sell that. Let's have a look here. See if there's anything we can salvage from this. Whoa, what happened there? I didn't do anything yet. Wow, well it gave me the nanite. Sweet, okay. Thank you. That's definitely a bug. Okay, yeah, our film protection's falling. Better hurry up. Ooh, look at this nice little bit of woodland. Very nice. How long have we got to get there? Okay, not far. So yeah, I'll probably be doing like an hour and so episodes, maybe 2 hours. Don't want to do OTT, you know, overkill in my streams. I think all my sodium's gone already. Oh no, I've got plenty. Just want to do a reasonable, you know, amount of streaming, get used to the whole setup, make some adjustments where needed. And then, you know, in the upcoming months, maybe 6 months, get some better equipment, better internet speed, and then we can do some proper streaming. But as of now, it's all a learning curve for me. There's no set in stone of what I'm doing. Whoa, we can slide. Love it. Okay, so it's telling me I need the base computer claim... Wait. The base computer claims the site for construction. Find a suitable area and deploy the base computer. Access the build menu with an up. Okay, well, I don't really like this planet. So, what I do is pretty and all, but not really doing it for me. So, we've got enough juice to get off this planet, and we might come back and try and discover all the creatures we may or may not. So, we've already got 20,000 units, that's good. Plus, we have the 200,000 there. Okay, let's take off. Well that's not good. I think, what do you need for that again? Oh, dehydrogen and metal plating. Okay, so we can do the metal plating, but we need dehydrogen. Right, that's not too hard to come by. Let's have a little scan. Okay, dehydrogen's just up there. Right, nice and easy to get to. Oh, we've got plenty of it. So we'll get... Oh, there's loads. There's no angry sentinel to give us any headache. We should be able to get all this mined. And there is... Oh. What the hell was that? It's like a little campfire, and then you walk away from it and it disappears. I think that's from the mining beam. I think that's a bug. It's definitely a bug. Coal bait. I haven't got any of that, son. How weird. It's a little campfire. Very cool, though. Okay, stop bloody blabbering away and we'll get all this hydrogen. And I sense a sentinel. No. No sentinels. Some nice looking ships up there. Is there anything else that I can get before I leave? No. Okay. Back to the ship. Let's get out of here. There should be a lush planet somewhere. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping there's a lush planet. Okay. Oh, let's go into this mode. I completely forgot about that. Apologies, guys. I'm such a pillock sometimes. Okay. Oh, again, forgot to do the Starship launch fuel. But that's done now. Should get a full tank. Yep. Right, let's get out of here. I would like to find a lush planet. That's what I want. A nice lush planet. But knowing permadeath and survival modes that we're going to be screwed. And it'll be hostile sentinels. Okay, this looks like a dead planet. Adelsbo Azuka. Oh, it's not, it's poisonous. I discovered that, you pillock. I already found this. We need to switch into first person because it doesn't show where the planets are. So, oh, there's a lot of planets here. Wow. There's a heck of a lot of planets on this system. Windswept planet, so that's a cactus planet. Okay, what we're going to do is just go underneath here. Get away from this planet so we get a better sense of where we are. Then we can have a look at the planets properly. Okay, so we've got one there. Hiding behind the rings. Decaying nuclear planet. Well, you don't sound pleasant whatsoever. Okay, are you lush? Is any lush? Ah, that looks... No, that's not lush. That looks to me like a hot planet. Yes, incandescent planet. Okay, so it's hot. Okay, so there is no lush planets in this system. Well, that is a first. Usually, you start off in a lush planet. Well, in your system, in most cases. So the appeal to... I don't know. Which one do we want to go to? This is the one I already discovered. That's the cold planet. Let's have a look. Is there any moons? Yes, there is. There's a moon. So where's the moon? Maybe it's behind here. And I bet you any money that that moon is a lush planet. But knowing me, it's going to be hostile. But on that rarest occasion, you will find a non-hostile lush planet. Okay, there was definitely something. Just stay close to this planet because in case of hostile, you know, pirates. We may have to go to the cactus planet. I think that's the only one that's appealing to me right now. Ah, there's the moon. There it is. But that doesn't look to me like it's a lush planet. Looks like it might be dead. Yeah, desolate moon. Okay, so there is no lush planets in the system. Okay, that's cool. Caldium Prime. That's a hot planet. And that, I think, is a cacti. No. Cacti's here. Yes. Okay, I'm going to be crazy here because I like planets with water. So, before we do that, we're going to go to this planet right here. I'm not taking any chances. There we go. Right, let's get out of here. Whew. I have been in cases where there was like 4 or 5 pirates attacked me on my, I think it was my survival save. I wasn't very far in the game and I got absolutely destroyed. Right, we're going to go here. We'll go to where that bit of land is. Just mind me while I nibble on some crisps. I'm just going to put my headset up. Okay, I'm back. Sorry if you could hear that. I apologise. So we're going to Carrion Prime. I like water planets. I must say I was playing my normal mode the other day and I found this planet which was practically covered with water. I found if you look for it from space, there was just little islands and that was it. There was no masses of land or anything like that, and it was so amazing. Problem being though, gathering resources on a planet is pretty much covered in water. Very difficult, especially when you want to build a base. But obviously you've got options, you know, if you're in a system where there's multiple planets and you can always get the resources from there and come back. But yeah, it just wasn't worth it. Okay, so we're going to go to this hot planet. And we are going to build the base thing that we need to do. Ah, very nice. I must say the colour palette is a lot too similar. It's always browny, reddish sort of textures. It's still nice. I think they've just gone with the more realistic look. Oh. We have a crash freighter. And we have a terrain manipulator. Perfect. And free parking. So we're going to land here. There we go. Sorted. Okay. It is overly warm. Okay, so it's not terribly warm, it's overly warm. But it's still 50.4 Celsius, so it's super hot. Okay. Let's find some salvaged or buried cargo and see if we can get any goodies from it, because you can get some good stuff from there. It's like nanites or some farming commodities. Oh goodness. Which end is it? Oh, don't do this to me now. Please let it be this one. It is. Okay. Yeah, we're going to cool down. Oh. Are you going to let me? Oh, don't be difficult. What do we need for this? Pure ferrite. Okay, so that's cool. Okay, well, let's just get up here and let's get some ferrite. We should be able to get, I think this is ferrite. Yeah, okay. No, you pellet. Just mind these little rocks. I know it's long-winded, but we'll just do this once. And we'll build our base here, because it's free parking, makes sense. So I'll probably be streaming for another half an hour or so, guys. Live streaming anyway. And then the video will be uploaded to YouTube, so you guys can watch it, make fun of it, whatever you like. Leave positive or negative feedback, not a problem. I'm perfectly happy with whatever feedback I get, as long as it's not rude or any slander or any racial or discrimination of any kind. Always at the wrong time. I've got plenty of carbon. Okay. Always have your carbon and ferrite dust. You never know when you need it, such as times like now. Let's get as much as we can. Let's have a look. Oops, sorry there. Something just dropped in my room. I'm sure we've got enough, but I don't know what it is. It's like an addiction. Mining. I don't know. I find it so addictive and really oddly satisfying. like asteroids. That's another thing that really gets me. Asteroids. When I'm in space, I start mining asteroids. I think, right, that's enough, and then I continue doing it, and I'm like, why am I continuing to mine asteroids if I don't need the resources? It's like a sort of weird addiction. Is that not rock? Oh, for goodness sake. Got quite a lot now, I think. Is it 50 pure ferrite you need? Yeah, I think we're alright. Okay, what we're going to do, we'll go back to where that cargo pod is and cool down, because what happens, oh there's one just right there. We'll go back, there we go, then we can warm up or cool down, and what we can do in the meantime, if it allows me to do it here, it does. Aren't you a clever boy? Is get some pure ferrite, which will take about a minute or so. So that's perfect. That'll keep us warmed up already. What I love as well, it actually tells you the percentage of how long it will take for it to actually craft it into pure ferrite. Brilliant. I must say, the textures and the play models themselves are really, really well done. I'm sure we're human. Oh my god, what happened there? Oh god, I thought it started glitching out. I'm sure we're human. Because obviously through the Waiting Titan thing, it was about the experiments with wear, and I kind of followed it, but I didn't, and it was very intriguing, very interesting to to watch other YouTubers who were following Waiting Titan to talk about it. It had some really interesting stuff related to the lore of No Man's Sky and the wear and the virtual reality aspect of it. But I believe that's what it is. It was an experiment that's gone wrong and sent i.e. us, all the subjects into a simulation, i.e. this is us, something along those lines. But it's brilliant. It is really, really good. Do I want another Waking Titan? I wouldn't mind as long as it led to something. We don't need any more of that, so we'll pick that up. Yes, we need to get this. Okay. But yeah, sorry. You doing anything? Always remember to do that quickly before the radioactive chemicals come out of it. We need to top up here. So what we're going to do, we'll use the magnetize. Not that side. Not that side. There's this side. Not that side. This could be you then, right? Oh, it's a bit I can't bloody mine. Because of this thing. Are you serious? Oh, there we go. Oh, liquid explosive. Oh, wait a minute. It just get... Oh, I didn't need to repair it. I think that's definitely bugged, but look at that, guys. What? What the hell? Quick! Oh my god, what happened there? Oh, hello LC Kuffman. Thank you for that comment. Yeah, no, I like the Waking Titan stuff. Don't get me wrong, it's great. For me, Waking Titan gave a lot of details about the lore of No Man's Sky and the history of how the universe was created, the simulation, should I say? So yeah, don't get me wrong. I'd love to see another Waking Titan. I think that but I think if they do that again, it would need to be sort of the finality. You know, it'd be the last hurrah. Because I do believe how their games are going to continue adding to the story. Because with the Atlas Path, it's kind of still, you know, uncertain. It's like an open-ended book. It's not finished yet. Even the story's not finished yet. And you know, even with the Worlds of Glass, you know, there's so much talk about that in the lore. Are we actually going to see that planet or that whatever that is? So it'd be interesting. But LC, you know, definitely give it a go. I mean, Permadeath is, I would say honestly, Permadeath is a lot easier than what it was before. When it was implemented into Pathfinder, it was pretty tough. I think the pirates were a lot harder, the sentinels were a lot harder. But now, for some reason, that may be just me, but I feel Permadeath and survival modes in the current No Man's Sky build is a lot easier. So give it a go. I mean, the first part when you start up and boot the game is really tough because you're stranded without your ship. Your thermal protection is literally on like 10%, and you may have no caves around you, no sodium, so it's a matter of a hit and miss. But you may get lucky. You may spawn near a cave, so you can run straight into the cave for your thermal protection to go up. But honestly, you know, give it a go. You know, if you die, don't give up. Give it another go. You know, there's no loss in it. You know, it's all part of the experience. Plus, you'll get the achievement as well. I think it's a platinum trophy. So if you reach the center, but there is other ways of getting to the center without having to literally make thousands of warp cells and get to the center that way. That you can use the portal glyphs. I think it's the first portal glyph, and that'll take you right to the center. So I wouldn't say it's a cheat. I would say it's a game mechanic that's in the game. You know, it's not an exploit. It's in the game, so why not use it? But yeah, give it a go. Give it a go, LC. Yeah, but thank you so much. So, first person that commented on my live stream, it feels very nice indeed. But yeah, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I have really poor internet. I have really weak signal, and I'm all new to this. You know, it's a learning curve for me. It's a whole completely new alien experience. But as I said, I just want to give it a go, see how it goes, and you know, once I get better internet and you know more experience, it's only going to get better from there. You know, a lot of the No Man's Sky YouTubers, you know, there was a really good, I think it's Life of Ryan. He's really good. He doesn't stream as much as he used to, but he started with literally like I think it was 80 subscribers or something like that before he started streaming No Man's Sky. And now he's got like I think close to 1,700 subscribers. You know, in the YouTube world, it's not a lot, but you know, it's a close-knit community, the No Man's Sky community, and that's more than enough. But yeah, no, I agree, LC. I agree. When I achieved the Permadeath trophy, I was not aware of the portal glyphs, so I spent hundreds and hundreds of hours warping with warp cells, and then I think someone, I don't know if it was on Reddit or on one of the No Man's Sky Facebook pages, mentioned you can use the first glyph and it will take you right to the center, and I was like, well, that's kind of cheating, but it isn't because it's a mechanic that's in the game. But I get your point. You want to be rewarded by actually you know, doing it the hard way, and I agree with you with that. I think, you know, it's a sense of achievement, and I did it the hard way. I know other people have done it the easy way, if you want to call it that. But it's just down to how you want to play the game. But yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree with you on that. I just want more. You know, with No Man's Sky, it's like an open book. You can just add and add and add and add, and the universe will get bigger and bigger and more deeper. For me, the one thing that I kind of want to mention that I was a little bit disappointed about was the fact that I didn't get to see lava planets in the game. I really felt I had this, like, I would say 30%, 40% gut feeling that lava planets would be in the game. And then when next was released, and the weeks that you kept discovering and exploring, the actual build, you realised there was no lava planets in the game. But that is one thing I think that Hello Games should really consider implementing into the game. I did a tweet about 2-3 weeks ago regarding that, and there was a picture of a lava planet with like a small structure building, something quite similar to like the building in No Man's Sky, and I got a like from Sean Murray, and a legitimate like from Sean Murray, not a retweet, a like, because when I checked my likes, I saw Sean Murray there, and it was his official account. I thought it was a fake account, but I clicked on it and it actually went to his official account. And I was completely blown away by it. I was like, whoa. So is that a little clue that potentially that could be coming in the future? Potentially. Or is it just the fact he liked the image? We don't know. But I've got a gut feeling that, they've got a warboard of everything that they want to put into the game, and then they tick it off. Because Sean Murray, I think it was quite a few years ago, they showed an image of their warboard of all the ideas that they had, and they would tick off what they've done and what is still to do. And I still believe that lava planets will be implemented in the game, but to do that, it will require another full reset, which again is going to piss off the community, pardon my language, but it's going to pee off the community again, because a full reset is something that it's going to cause a lot of problems, not just in the sense of your base being completely relocated somewhere else, but also the fact that a lot of the grind and a lot of the hours that you've put into the game is going to be gone. But for me personally, it doesn't bother me as much, because every time they do a big update, it's like a whole new experience for me, like a whole new game, so you're getting that replay value. And for me, there's not many games that offers that, I used to be a huge gamer in the 90s. I'm pretty old now, I'm in my late 30s, and I've played, from the Atari, the Commodore 64, right up until now, and there's been very few games that have allowed me to continue to play games over a 2-year, 3-year period. No Man's Sky is definitely on top of the list. I've never played a game consistently like I have with No Man's Sky. The only game that I did was... I'm trying to remember on what console. Right, okay, so it was GTA San Andreas on the PS2. I was a big fan of the GTA franchise back in the day, in the early noughties, and I really loved San Andreas. And for me, even if you completed it, I wanted to play it again and again and again, because there was always little things in San Andreas that you could do. Even with the current GTA now, the expansion in that game is incredible. I mean, the game is like 5 years old, 4 years old, or something along those lines, which is incredible, because they keep adding great content, and they add free content as well as the paid stuff. So, but with No Man's Sky, it's free. It's absolutely free, these updates. There's no sense of being charged for anything, and that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. I like that. I commend Hello Games for that, because they could have took our money and run, or they could have just sucked their heads in the sand and gone, guys, we failed, we didn't do what we were supposed to, but we just couldn't do it, we didn't have the money, we didn't have the resources. Sony were... I've got a PlayStation, but my opinion on Sony is very mixed. They've got some great things about them, and they've got some terrible things about them. And my own personal opinion with what they did with Hello Games, I felt that they exploited them and allowed Hello Games to take the whole the hits. They took the knocks, Hello Games, not Sony. Sony took absolutely nothing. They should have... I don't know. I mean, Yoshida, is he the CEO of Sony? He came out and spoke about, Sean Murray, the PR. And the PR was a big problem. Because before No Man's Sky was initially released, back in August 2016... What's going on here? Why can't I get up there? Oh, there we go. Before it was released, the advertising was really I mean, they did the Four Pillars trailer, which was sort of the end of July, and that was... Let me just pause this. I'm sorry, I'm a smoker, so I've just rolled up a cigarette. I was going to pause that. It's very rude to smoke while streaming, I know. But yeah, and I just felt that the advertising was really weak. But I looked at the trailer and I was like, wow, this is cool. It all looks good to me. I'm an exploration guy. I'm happy just to land on planets and look around like I'm doing now. I'm in Permadeath right now, and I'm just walking around, and I'm not particularly doing anything. I'm collecting stuff from cargo pods, but I'm fine with that. You know, a lot of people feel that they have to achieve something, you know, something in No Man's Sky and get to the center or complete the story or build up their, you know, their frigates. I don't look at it that way. I just play it as I want to play it. You know, there'll be one day where I may want to build up a, you know, a massive amount of frigates, you know, but right now today I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just streaming and having fun and chatting to you, LC, you know. But thank you so much for coming, you know, and you know, replying to the live stream. I really appreciate that, buddy. I really do. It's nice to get the first person to comment on my live stream. It makes me feel that little bit more comfortable. So I really appreciate it, LC. Thank you. But yeah, there's a lot of things that I as a No Man's Sky player, you know, who's played it since launch. You know, I've expressed a lot of opinions on the Facebook pages. I'm one of the moderators on the No Man's Sky Facebook pages, and when the game was missing all those features at launch, I didn't really get too upset about it. I was like, it's cool, because I believe in Sean Murray and Hello Games. I know they're going to update it. Sean Murray even stated that before release. They're going to add the base building and add the freighters. So I was happy with that. But when I saw that backlash, and I saw good people like Cobra TV, who is a wonderful guy, he's a family guy, and he's getting death threats, and he's getting, go and kill yourself, you lied to us. The guy is just providing news and updates about No Man's Sky. He's just talking about a game that he's excited about and that he's very, you know, that he loves. And he's getting vile comments, you know, directly to him. You know, go and die, you know, you lied to us. I mean, let's be real about this. It's a video game. It's not a freaking life or death situation. It's a game. You know, is it the end of the world? You know, AAA companies, they do that. You know, they're continuously doing that to all of us, you know, all the consumers. They're continually shortchanging us, you know, with video games that are not even half done, a quarter done. And on day one they'll release a DLC and you got to pay $29.99 for, you know. And it's insane to me, you know. And Hello Games, who are a small studio who are based in Croydon, very close to where I am, were in the original old studio, and it looked like just a little garage. It was such a small little office they were in, and you could see they were working with money restraints. You know, they were on a budget, and I was amazed that they could even release what they did with the day one patch. I thought what they did with the day one patch was great. If you take away all the bugs and the crashes, the actual game itself, I was super impressed. I was actually, wait a minute, you've got this massive universe and the variety is actually really good. I mean, how much can you add to such a big universe? How many assets? It's infinite. But there's also other things that people don't consider, and that's the fact that this game, you know, there's a lot of variables involved. You know, you could add something like an asset to a particular biome, but it could affect the other biome. You know, and it could just completely cause problems for the game. So Hello Games have to be very strategic on how they create the game itself. And a lot of people don't think that way because it is a procedural game. If it's a game built with levels, you craft it yourself, you know what's there. But the fact that this game is procedural, you don't know what you're going to be landing on. Okay, you've got the rules, you've got the algorithm, but at the same time, there is a lot of factors to consider. LC, I agree with you. You know, version 1.0 was actually, I got the game. I think, because the game in the UK was released on the 10th of August, I got it on the 8th. I ordered it online, and I got it 2 days before. Out of respect to Hello Games, I never live streamed it. I could have, and I could have got crazy amounts of subscribers, and I could have got thousands of views, but I didn't, because I just felt, well, firstly, I'm going to get banned. Secondly, it's a bad reputation. You know, you're going to put a bad reputation on yourself. And I was like, I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm going to, you know, respect Hello Games. But I played it offline. And I was like, wow, this is cool. It was very buggy. It was very buggy. Like, the terrain popping was really bad. If you compare the popping now, there is hardly any popping now compared to the vanilla version 1.00. But what I loved about that version was the terrain itself. It was a lot more alien-like than it is now. I can remember landing on a planet. It was a rocky planet, and there was just these massive mountains. But they were just, I can't describe it. I wish I could describe it. But they were just massive. And the terrain shapes and everything was crazy. But yeah, 1.00 was extremely buggy. And but there were some really fond memories I had of that version. Like, lush planets were really lush. Creatures were very cool. There were some assets that in that version that are not currently in the build that I've come across. I found some really cool assets. But what I'm going to do, Elsie, I'm going to just put this base computer down and start this mission. But yeah, no, I completely agree with you about 1.00. I really enjoyed that version. It was fun. It was just, you know, you didn't have your exocraft, you didn't have freighters, all you had was your ship, your multi-tool, and that was it. And it was a matter of you know, and the other thing that I liked about 1.00, which I wish Hello Games could put a feature in, is when you scan animals, you get the little dots. Now, in version 1.00, they didn't have that, so you literally had to go and look for the animals. And also another thing with that, the spawning of the animals were a lot less frequent, which I thought was really good. Like now, they've improved it in Next, but before Next, Atlas Rising, you could land on the planet, and lo and behold, there was a crazy abundance of animals just popping in, and it will kill the frame rate, and it will just spoil that immersion and that exploration on that planet. And because I'm on the standard PS4, I you know, with Next the frame rate's pretty okay, it's pretty stable, but when Atlas rises, the frame rate will just go to hell. But with 1.00, it was really nice, you know, because as you say, Elsie, I agree with you, it was a sense of loneliness. And I was going to bring that up, but you would feel like you're alone, legitimately alone. I don't think Hello Games initially wanted to implement this type of multiplayer feature, like the full, what you would call a full multiplayer experience, you know, to play with your friends. I think Sean Murray's vision with multiplayer was actually, you know, as he said it, you know, I can't remember, was that American TV show? I can't remember what it was called again. But he said it literally. The only way you could ever bump into a player, you know, was a matter of luck. Now you can use portals to get to people's locations. You can, you know, connect, you know, go on to multiplayer and join someone's game. But I don't think initially Sean Murray. Oh goodness, I talk so much, you know, Elsie, and I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. I just, but yeah, I just feel that Sean Murray caved into the public expectation of what they wanted in this game, and they had to just go, you know what, we haven't got a choice. You know, and yeah, Elsie, no, you're right. He did say he wanted us to feel lonely, and actually, regarding that, he mentioned in a recent interview something along those lines that I'm just trying to remember whether it was an interview where he was actually speaking or it was a written interview, and he mentioned something about that. He said initially No Man's Sky was, you know, a lonely experience, and I really liked that. No, don't worry, Elsie, you're not going to get me killed, buddy. I'm in the ship now, it's fine. And he said initially, you know, the game was that lonely experience where it was just you know, your ship, your multi-tool. But with Next, oh, it was on that Xbox Live show back in May, was it May? That's it, it was that show, and he was saying that initially No Man's Sky was that, and now it's this. So I think he's caved in to public expectations, what they believe multiplayer should be, and he's gone with them, you know, as opposed to those core, real hardcore No Man's Sky players like myself. I'm a fanboy, you know, and I'm proud to admit it. And he's caved into the public expectation, you know, of what they want for multiplayer. But don't get me wrong, the multiplayer is great, but I think they still need to add more features for the multiplayer players. I think right now, it's pretty basic, but it's fine. Yeah, LC, no, you know what it was? I think it was the IGN interview, and I think it was the Xbox interview that he did back in May as well. So you're right, yeah, it was the IGN interview as well. And he's caved in, and listen, I understand that because, you know, it's a financial thing as well. You know, you've got financial commitments, you've got to make money. And how do you make money? You make money by implementing multiplayer. In this day and age, multiplayer in video games is a thing. You know, it's in pretty much every, you know, it's pretty much a thing. You have to have multiplayer, or else people are generally not interested, which is sad, because for me, I've never been a multiplayer person. It's nice to have No Man's Sky with multiplayer now, to have that feature. So if I want to jump into it, I can. But for me, I love the learning experience of No Man's Sky. Hence, I play in single player without the you know, I keep the ambience multiplayer on in case I bump into a random orb. And that experience for me is great. I love that. Just to see that person in that orb is enough for me. Player models is something I wanted, the first and third person. So I'm happy we got that now. Player models. I'm really happy about space stations. I think they've implemented a lot of great things with the space stations. I think ship customization as well is a thing. I was going to get on a ship, LC, because I've got to do this base thing. I don't know what it wants me to do. I can't remember. But yeah, and yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you, LC. I think the fact that, you know, you can actually have 4 player models and then the other 12 are orbs is definitely a test. Definitely a test to see how it would work. I think Hello Games with the engine is still a work in progress. I think it always will be. I think Sean is always learning new things about his engine and about what they can do with it. There is a misconception in regards to... Let me just jump on my shake-up, because I'm the sort of person that is very difficult to talk and to play at the same time. But I'm going to get used to that. That'll give me some time to get used to. But obviously, because you mentioned that, there's a misconception in regards to performance with the PlayStation and the standard Xbox, you know, the Xbox One S as well, about performance and frame rate. People feel that the console cannot run the game because it's not powerful enough. That's wrong. If you know Rayrod is a really well-known, popular, wonderful No Man's Sky modder, and he did an interview with Cobra TV quite a few months back about this misconception, and he said it has nothing to do with the hardware of the consoles. It all comes down to how the biomes are constructed. He talked about different assets that were previously in the IGN and the E3 versions of the game, and those biomes, if you look at it, was run on the PS4 console, and you didn't see any frame rate drops or any problems in the sense of performance back then. There's something different. I think they're working with different bases, different templates, and these templates are something that they're continuously working on and updating, and it all comes down to the performance of like how they get that to work. So it's like a trial and error for them. So I think with every update, they are basically doing improvements to that. The engine is not even, like I think very well said, is not even at 1% of its potential. Now that's a scary thing, LC. If it's not even at 1%, so we've got another 99% to come on the current gen consoles. That's insane, you know. But LC, obviously, you're a PS4 player. I mean, are you on the PS4 or the PS4 Pro? Because I'm just curious, LC, because, I mean, what type of experience do you have with the sense of performance and, you know, frame rates, lag, etc.? Because sometimes I get a bit of stutter, sometimes, you know, I get frame rate drops when I enter through the clouds. It seems that, you know, the new cloud atmospheric system is kind of a little bit buggy at the moment. Okay, so you understand the PS. Okay, cool. And how's the performance for you? because the reason I ask is because even people on pretty high-end specs are getting pretty bad performance. I have a friend who has No Man's Sky on his PC, and he's got a really good, I think he's got an i7. I'm not too good with the whole, I think he's got 12 gig graphic card, something like that, and he's got a really beast PC, and he even has problems running on a high specs. So it's a misconception about that. I think a lot of people don't realise how this game is made and what can affect this and what can affect that. So yeah, it's one of those things. But I think in time, you know, because I think we've got plenty of time until the next gen console comes out, maybe 2-3 years. Hello Games will improve that further. Oh, I guess that's about the same as me. Yeah, no, a lot of people. I've got another friend who's got the standard PS4, and he says he gets a bit of stuttering, a bit of lag here and there. But yeah, no, I think it's just the norm of most people. But a lot of people on the Pro, which is a little bit odd, are having worse experiences than the standard PS4 players, which just bewilders me. It's just really strange. But what we're gonna do, LC, I'm gonna start building the shelter on this planet. Yeah, same. It's never been too bad for me either, LC. I've never had a real issue with it myself. It's never been that bad. I've just had a bit of stuttering, bit of lag, bit of frame rate drops here and there, but nothing major. I wonder if I could build a base up there. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? That could be my base of operations. Oh, but the only problem is it's going to kill my life support. How can I get up there? Can I hover? Oh god, I haven't even got enough jetpack juice to get up there. But yeah, I'm glad you've got the same sort of mentality as me in regards to No Man's Sky. I feel that a lot of people forget or fail to appreciate just the actual basic core mechanics and reason why they made No Man's Sky, and that was about the exploration and to just explore and have fun, you know, not to take the game too seriously, and you know, just, you know, enjoy the game for what it is. I mean, I've played every version of No Man's Sky. I mean, fondest memories for me with No Man's Sky I would say, I mean, Next is great. It's like the pinnacle for me, but I would say Foundation. Yeah, I absolutely loved survival mode in Foundation. It was super hard when I first did it. It was great, and the variation and the terrain and the color palettes, it just stood out for me. Pathfinder was cool. That was a really good update. I mean, they've all been great updates. You know, they've all been significant in their own right. You know, even the day one patch improved the 1.00 version. You know, so they've always made leaps and strides with their updates. You know, they've never, you know, disappointed, which is good, which is really good. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, LC. I don't think they allow me to build here. Yeah, it's not going to let me. Oh, wait a minute. See, it wants me to build a floor pad. But wait a minute. Oh, it won't let me. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. I could build like a little balcony bit here or something. Oh, that's a nuisance. Oh, that is a shame. Oh, yeah, LC, you know, Pathfinder was great. I think the terrain was improved on. They didn't do actually do full reset, because when I downloaded Pathfinder, I was on the same planet, but the textures were just improved, and it was just more vibrant. So it wasn't actually a full reset. What they did, they just made some terrain improvements, you know, palette improvements, graphic improvements, etc. But yeah, that was a great update. That was a great update. I've got fond memories of every update. It was all good fun at the end of the day. You know, every update has provided a new experience for me. I've got no complaints with that. I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things. You know, everyone's got their own preference of updates. I think for me, Foundation was one for me. I don't know, just for me, just because of the survival mode. That was really cool, really cool. But I've built the base bit now. And what does it want me to do? Construct. So it actually wants me to construct a full shelter. Okay, well, we'll do that then. I've got enough carbon for that though. Oh, what's going on here? We'll just do something basic because at the end of the day, I'm not going to be having a base on this planet. No way. I just want to... We need to do a roof, don't we? Okay, we'll do a roof. That'll do. There we go. Is that going to protect me from the storm? No. I've got roof up there. What do I need to add to it then? Okay, is that going to work? Ah, there we go. So I need to add another side panel to it. Okay, fair enough. There we go. Oh, yeah, you know what? The exocrafts are great. With Pathfinder, I used them a lot. Atlas Rises, I kind of used them. And with Next, I've actually not even used them yet, I don't think. I think in my normal mode, I've actually used the exocrafts like once or twice. In Permadeath, I'm definitely going to be using it. My legacy saves, which are backed up to my USB, I've got, I think on the normal mode, I've got 1,000 hours, Permadeath 500 hours, and I think survival's like 200 plus hours. And I use the exocraft a lot on that Permadeath, but this new Permadeath, I'll definitely be using it. And as I said, Elsie, I'm not rushing it. I'm in no rush. I'm just happy to talk to someone. You know, I'm just glad someone's actually here at my stream and talking with me. It's great. And I'm just having fun. You know, there's a lot of people that are rushing. They're rushing to get the the exocrafts, for example. They're rushing to upgrade their suits. They're rushing to discover all creatures on the planet. They're rushing to the center. They're rushing to get all the portal cliffs. You know, if you actually played this game with a really nice slow pace, in the sense of, when you bought, if you say, for example, you're an Xbox player and you've bought that base game with Next on it, and you really took your time to explore, this game would last you for the year. You'll last you for longer than that. But it's because people rush and this and that. I've never really rushed my games. I've just appreciated it. I mean, the day one patched version of No Man's Sky was pretty easy to upgrade and to get resources, so it kind of like you couldn't prevent yourself from progressing really easily, but the progression now is a lot better. They've definitely improved on that. Which is good. And I've put my base computer right on this side like a pillock. But yeah, I've loved this journey I've had with No Man's Sky. I mean, it's been an incredibly emotional one, surprisingly, because it is a video game, but it has been an emotional, experience for all of us. The community. We've been through many downs and many ups, and hopefully now it's all ups and no downs, So it says use the space station terminus to teleport to the base at any time. Okay, that's fine. Build a wooden door, and I wasn't paying attention, Elsie, was I? Again, I don't pay attention. I'm getting used to this whole streaming and talking at the same time. There we go. Base computer's happy. Thank you. Brilliant. Excellent. So we've done that. Accessing log from previous user. Additional archives recovered. Entry 4925E follows. Construction largely a success. Recovered salvage technology from nearby. Plans logged. Scans indicate additional I've got pronunciation problem. Subterranean devices. Beginning search. We're going to download those plans. Oh yeah, no, I agree, Elsie. That's the thing. The walking can be a bit jarring. When you want to explore. If you've got an exocraft, you can literally just get in the exocraft. As long as you've got enough fuel for it, you can go. You can cover the planet. You can explore. You can discover the creatures, get your resources, and especially on water worlds. I love using the exocrafts on water worlds. It's so much fun to explore the oceans with as well. So we've got a blueprint analyzer here, but I agree with you, Elsie. The exocrafts are very underrated. I mean, Sean Murray even himself says one of his favourite things is the exocraft. So I think they're expanding on that. You know, I think they're definitely going to expand on that, the exocrafts, because Sean's a big fan of them, and I think, you know, potentially submarines of some sort will be useful. But the one thing that I will be honest about in regards to that is that they do need to add more to the oceans. I've noticed since Next was released, the oceans are fantastic, they look great, you know, there's things to do, but there's less assets in the oceans now. And I don't know if that's just me, but that's my opinion. And I feel that they need to add more to the oceans, reasons to explore the oceans, you know, sort of subterranean relics, such as, you know, cliche, but things like that, things that are unique, you know, maybe sort of like skeletal structures, you know, sort of alien races or ancient alien, you know, bones and prehistoric stuff that you could find in the oceans, or ancient type ruins, you know, buildings you could find in the oceans and in the caves, things like that, things where you would want to, you know, get on your exocraft, hover the ocean and go down and explore and find something unique and rare and potentially make money from it, you know. And another thing that I feel that they need to add is a real trading system between the players, you know, and implementing features where planets have you know, super rare resources on them, but it could be a particular type of biome that may, for example, the Euclid galaxy, you may only find 10 planets with this particular resource, or 10 systems with this particular resource in the whole of the Euclid galaxy, and it will take your friends to gather resources, to work together to get to that system, because that resource, you know, that planet or that system has that super rare resource which could net you 20 million units, 30 million units, 40 million units, because that for me would add so much to the exploration. There needs to be more reasons for you to go out to this beautiful universe and explore it, you know, and I feel that's the one thing that Hello Games are slightly lacking with the game right now, that there is purpose in the game, but say you don't want to be that guy that follows the story, you know, that guy or girl that doesn't want to follow the story, or doesn't want to build a farm, who doesn't want to own frigates or freighters, you know, who doesn't care about upgrading, but wants to actually just go to the furthest reaches of that galaxy and find a rare system that has a unique resource that would net you 100 million units. You know, or you could take it back to your base, upload it to your trading terminal, and a player, you know, a player would come to your base and barter with you. You know, you could get two players come to your base, and that person will offer you 100 million units, but the other person will offer you 150 million units, and then you could you know, transfer it to that person, and then you'll get the units into your account. You know, things like that is the things that I believe that should be put into this game, because without those features, there is reasons to explore in this game, but there isn't enough. There isn't a deeper reason to explore. There has to be super rare relics, super rare resources that you can go to the furthest reaches of that star, because that star has a crystal. That crystal is super rare, but if you combine it with this other resource, you're going to get something that's even super rare. And then everyone, you know, all the players online will be like coming to your system, to your base, and bartering with you. And that's what I call trading. That's trading, in my opinion. You know, it's like I used to work in an art gallery, and I used to sell fine art. And a lot of the time, you'd get, you know, the highest bidder. You know, it's something like that, because that piece is rare, and it's the limited edition, or it's the last edition, or it's a sold out piece. It should have the same purpose in this game as well, and that's what I wanted from this game. Way before it was released, I wanted these features, that sort of features in the game, because for me, I'm an explorer. I'm not necessarily a fighter. I'm not necessarily a farmer. I'm an explorer, because this game is about exploration, and it should always be about exploration. It shouldn't be about anything else. And I think somewhere along the lines, due to public expectations and the you know, if you want to call them the haters, or the people that were really critical of the game, have kind of pushed Hello Games and forced Hello Games from going to their own path of what they wanted this game to be, and instead taking the left and going towards their path. You know, the haters or the people that were disappointed there was no multiplayer. Because that for me, LC is how I look at it now with Hello Games, what they've done and which way they've gone. And I don't blame them. In defence of them, I'm not blaming them, because they are a business at the same time, and they have to please the masses, and the masses needs multiplayer, so I get that. I think the multiplayer feature's good. I think it's good enough. There is problems with it. I haven't really delved into the multiplayer as of yet, so I'm not really one to criticise or give real good information of how it works. I don't know if you've played the multiplayer, LC, or what your feedback is on it, because I would like to know, because I've never touched the multiplayer as of yet. I've just got ambient multiplayer on, you know. But what do you think about it? And what I'm doing now, I'm just gonna start working on these. I need to build a blueprint analyzer. Okay, so we're gonna get that blueprint analyzer, and I've got no blooming carbon. Oh dear. Same, LC. I mean, I'm a wanderer. I'm a lonely wanderer in this game. I like now I'm talking to you, which is fantastic. That's great. I'm glad I've got someone to talk to on this stream. And I could land on a planet that I really like, and I could spend 2 hours on it, 3 hours on it, and I'll just be walking around, not necessarily doing anything, you know. And it's fun for me. You know, it's good enough for me. Some people want multiplayer. Some people want a purpose. I mentioned about going to the furthest reaches to find a super rare resource. That for me is exploration. That's not necessarily a feature that people would want, but it's what I would want, and I'm sure a lot of people would want the same as well. Because buried technology. How far is that? That's not too far. We can mark that down and get that. Got enough, so maybe there's one closer. No, but yeah, I want more exploration features, LC. I want a reason to. I can't. That's carbon, isn't it? Oh, yeah. I want more reasons to explore. I want to find ancient, maybe little cities, or not necessarily cities, just like little town settlements. You know, they don't have to be, GPU heavy on the console. They don't have to be anything major. We found a bird. It's flying. I knew there was a bird. Yeah, just like a little town. You know, maybe 3 or 4 little buildings. You know, and they're sort of like abandoned. You know how with abandoned buildings, things like that. But they've got some other stuff in them that you could pick up and collect. You know, I just think that somewhere along the lines, Hello Games lost focus of that exploration. They've improved the terrain. They've improved the visuals. They've improved the graphics. You know, it's great. It's great. The game looks better. It's never looked better. You know, it's never looked better in my opinion. I'm not even going to mention what these plants here look like. I mean, goodness me, Hello Games. I mean, I've just lost for words. I don't know who the art designer was for that, but they just got to. Just some of the things I've seen in this game just make me laugh. But yeah, this is PG friendly. Okay, so the multiplayer's been good then for you, LC. Yeah, no, you're gonna get trolls anywhere. Whoa, he's pretty cool. And that's the thing. I love looking at creatures. I mean, yeah, there's some similar looking creatures that you'll find, but he is cool. How big are you, dude? You're 3.1. Oh, Arsenal LC, yeah, hi Arsenal LC, yeah. Thank you, no, because I sent you, because I know you're a No Man's Sky player, I sent you a request to, come view my stream, but no, thank you for stopping by, I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it, buddy. It's just nice to have someone to talk to. That's actually a lot closer, that buried technology, but yeah, the multiplayer, I'm looking forward to getting to it. I don't actually have the PSN Plus at the moment. I'm unemployed at the moment. I was made redundant not too long ago due to a horrible manager, and I've got a few interviews lined up. this week, so hopefully by the end of this week, beginning of the following week, I'll have a job. I'm usually very good at interviews and pretty confident, and you know, present myself well. So fingers crossed it all goes okay. I really do. I'm not one to sit on my backside all day, do nothing. I like working, earning a living. Especially with Christmas coming up as well. I've got, you know, family to feed. Wow, this dinosaur is pretty dope. He's cool. The movement's so much better of the creatures now as well. That's another thing. The AI and the movement of the creatures, so much better now. Before they, like, the movement of, say, a dinosaur like that will just look so stupid. It'll just walk so silly. But now it's actually a lot more slower paced, and it reflects based on its size. And yeah, he's a Mino. Is he mean? What? Unafraid, like I say, he's unafraid. He don't care. He's. But is he a killer? Oh yeah. I don't know what's he doing? No, he's not. He's not an aggressive creature. Okay, you're cool then. You're friends then. We're friends. Ooh. And look at that. The animals, you know, are actually in herds, which is great. So much better now. You know, look at those two. So much better. I mean, the water looks better, and I think they've actually implemented waves, like waves to the water now. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Oof. Wasn't paying attention again. But yeah, if you look here, the waves. There is slight improvements to the water actually. Sense of the mechanics. I don't think there's going to be any. Oh, thanks, LC. Thanks for the good luck wishes. Yeah, but the funny thing about that, LC, there is the patch coming out soon for us PS4 players. Maybe I was thinking maybe today, but because it's a bank holiday in the UK, I don't think Hello Games or whatever. I don't know how it works, but I don't think the patch will come today. I think it's going to come probably tomorrow, Wednesday. The 1.58 patch is going to have improvements to multiplayer. So you'll be able to turn off any griefers, you know, who want to try and delete your base. You can prevent them from deleting your base and things like that. And some other features to the multiplayer just to make that experience a lot better without having all that hassle of griefers and trolls, etc. So that's ready. I think the experimental came out about 3-4 days ago to the PC players. So I think the multiplayer aspect will be a lot better for all of us. Which is good, you know. I'll wait until the patch comes for that, and then I'll get the PSN Plus subscription. But at the moment, I'm probably not going to really bother because I'm broke, so I have to. Every penny counts. But yeah, no, I'm super happy with the game. I'm super happy with the game. I think it's. I mean, the textures look better. Yeah, it just looks nicer. And there's definitely some new mechanics to the water. Those waves never used to be in No Man's Sky. I think Hello Games have looked at Ray Rod's mods and gone, yeah, we need to start implementing these features before he completely overtakes us with everything. Because his Ray Rod overhauls are just out of this world, some of the stuff that he can do. And it's crazy because I think to myself, if Ray Rod can do all those things, why isn't Hello Games doing that when they've got, you know, more people working at the studio? But Ray was pretty much on his own. But you know, I don't know. I think Hello Games got their own vision of how they want No Man's Sky to look, and Ray was got his own vision of how he wants No Man's Sky to look and play. So that's fair enough. You know, everyone's got their own vision. What's going on here? There we go. I don't know what I'm doing here. What's going on with my thermal protection? Oh, there we go. But again, I mean, I'm walking around and I'm not really struggling with... Oh, okay, I'll see. Yeah, no, I thought it'd be Tuesday then because someone else on the No Man's Sky Facebook page mentioned something about it being Tuesdays. So yeah, fingers crossed we get that tomorrow, and I can just update that. And yeah, there's other brilliant, significant improvements added to that update as well. They've done some improvements to the performance of the game, optimization improvements, etc. So you know, I mean, as I say, I'm playing the game now. I don't think the game's running too bad. I don't think there's really any lag or anything like that. They've definitely improved the game. Definitely. I swear there was a... I don't want to get too far from my base. But I've got plenty of sodium anyway, so... This is actually a really nice planet. I mean... It's relatively flat. But... Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of cool. As I say, I mean, I've been streaming for over an hour now. Well, more than actually, about an hour and a half now. Because my original part 2 got cut off due to my internet. Stupid internet. And so I've been doing about nearly 2 hours now. And I've only been on 3 planets now? Yeah, 3 planets. You can get lost in this game. You can certainly get lost in this game and just kind of be in awe of what you're seeing. A lot of people fail to appreciate that about the game. They just jump off, do what they want, get what they need, zoom off again. Oh, I think that's a... Ah, it is. That is real handy because we can look for a ancient artifact to get money with. That's actually really handy. Really handy. This is actually a really cool planet. I like it. Sorry, buddy, move out the way. Out the way. Got resources to mine. Oh, okay, Elsie. So you're thinking maybe it's not tomorrow. It might be Friday then, potentially. Okay. Yeah, that's it, exactly. I mean, the 1.57 patch came out only last week, and we had to wait, I think, 6 days or something after it was released on the PC version. So, yeah, there seems to be a slight difference instead of waiting times, because obviously it just goes straight onto Steam. They don't have all this certification problems like we do with PlayStation and Xbox. So yeah, probably you know what, it'd be best just saying Friday, because then we don't have any expectations, you know. I swear I marked the ancient... There we go. But yeah, Hello Games are great. I mean, the updates have been... I mean, what, the game's been out for just over a month now, and we've had 8 up patches. That's pretty crazy if you come to think of it. I don't think really many other studios do crazy updates and patches like that so quickly. It's pretty commendable of them. I really do rate Hello Games very highly, especially after how everything went for them. They could have just packed up their suitcases, took the money, and gone, you know. So, knowledge paves the way to the understanding of the probability. The Atlas spoken fragments, the Atlas interface, are their shadows. The monoliths are their scattered children. Together they convey the wisdom of the infinite. They must be understood. Okay, well, I don't want language, I want your money, so give me the past. Elsie, well, at the beginning of my stream, when I was on my starter planet, I don't think you were there at the time. This was the initial part 2 stream. I mentioned this is my first time ever streaming. I've never streamed before. I've got really crappy internet speed, so I have to run this stream at a really low, I think it's 360p high quality or something like that. It's not even at 720, just so I can be able to stream. I've got a reasonably cheap headset which I've had for years in a box, well, about a year in a box, and it was my first time, so I've never streamed any other games. But in the sense of video games, what do I play? I like 7 Days to Die. I like survival games. 7 Days to Die is a great game. I'm looking forward to Red Dead Redemption, so I'm probably going to be getting that and streaming that. That's for sure. Spider-Man, I was going to get, but when I heard about the 20-hour story and potential day 1 patch that they're going to be releasing, I'm a little bit skeptical at the moment. I was going to pre-order it this week, but I was like, nope, I'm not going to be doing that. Oh, okay, so you do Friday, Monday, start around 8 PM Eastern. Okay, cool, well, I'll be sure to catch you. Because I stream mine directly to YouTube as well, so it's live on YouTube. But just, yeah, send me a request when you're streaming to my my PlayStation, and I'll be sure to stop by and say hello for sure. You come to mine, I'll come to yours. That's how it works for me. Unless I'm busy, you know, I've got a family as well, so I can be busy even though I'm not working right now. But I've got some interviews lined up this week. But if I can't make it, it's nothing personal, just because I'm busy and I'm not available at the time to be there. But yeah, no, thank you for telling me that. I'll be sure to check out. Just send me a request and I'll pop over if I'm available. What on earth are these? Whoa, little slugs. What's happening to me? What's going on? Oh my god, my oxygen! You see, this is what happens, LC. We talk, isn't it? And then you forget what you're doing. You lose concentration. Oh my goodness. This is why I admire all those streamers out there that actually stream No Man's Sky. Because No Man's Sky is a super difficult game to talk and stream at the same time. Because depending on what mode you're playing on, if you're playing on survival or permadeath, there is a real element of risk that you're going to die because you haven't paid any attention to what you're doing, and you've been talking, blabbering away. But yeah, it's one of those games where you just want to talk all the time about it, and I can't help talking about the game because there's a lot to talk about with No Man's Sky. You know, a lot of good things to talk about the game. This little lake here, river, is really cool actually. The colouring. I really love this game. I'm really fond of this game. I think it's a great game. I think this game is really underappreciated. Really is. You know, there is so much to like about this game. But yeah, I've just been having a blast. But Elsie, give it Permadeath a go. I mean, you've seen my playthrough so far. It's not overly challenging, which is a little bit disappointing for me because I remember the Foundation survival was really the initial 15 to 20 hours was really tough. Eventually it'll become easier, but even still it was a lot harder than it is now. And I feel that they've kind of reduced the difficulty on it. I've sent a suggestion to Hello Games directly, just advising them of these things. You know, the one I mentioned about the rare resources on very unique star systems. You know, making that exploration really unique. You know, trading between yourselves at your base. And I've sent that to them. I've also sent about difficulty in No Man's Sky. I think normal mode should be survival permadeath difficulty, and survival and permadeath should be really difficult. You know, let's go back into our little hut, if you want to call it that. I think it should be super difficult, you know. Oh yeah, LC. Oh no, LC. This is the thing, buddy. Once I get my PSN subscription, once I'm in a better financial situation. Oh hell yeah! This is the thing. I don't want to explore with a crazy amount of people. Obviously, the max is 4, but then you've got the other 12 orbs. But yeah, I mean, I'll be happy just you and me. You know, starting a fresh save and just exploring. Oh yeah, LC. That sounds good. I think, you know, there's been quite a few No Man's Sky YouTubers that have collaborated together, and I mean, The Life of Ryan on YouTube with Exploring the Virtual, those two became actually really close friends. And they both started at the same time when No Man's Sky was released. And they both worked together to grow their channel. They were both having live streams together, talking to each other on live streams. And it kind of worked because they're both streaming together. So, oh hell yeah, I'll be down for that. Definitely. It'll be nice just to have a nice exploration adventure as opposed to just a continuous grind and having to do that story or having to build up those, you know, just explore, you know, because I feel that with upgrades they kind of hindered that exploration, because the survival and permadeath hazards are a lot harder to deal with. You know, you could be on a really extreme planet and your thermal protection will go down within 10 to 15 seconds, but if you're with someone else and I've run out of sodium, you can quickly transfer some sodium to me to keep me alive, you know, and I like that aspect of the game. I think the game is a little bit too easy. and I feel that they need to make some tweaks with that for sure. Even in Permadeath, it's too easy. I haven't really felt threatened or concerned. So yeah. Oh yeah, I watched Semtex and Sword, LC. I usually comment on Semtex and Sword's channels quite a lot. More Semtex. He's from the UK as well, and he's a really cool, eccentric guy. He's got a great personality. Sword's a lovely guy as well, you know. He reminds me of sort of a country and western guy, you know. He's a really sort of country guy, great guy, Sword is. And Semtex just reminds me, I don't know, he reminds me of someone, I don't know, but he's like a comedian. He reminds me of a particular comedian we have in the UK, and I've completely forgotten the name of that person. But he's a great guy. I love watching his stream. He usually streams for like 4 or 5 hours. He's a beast streamer. I mean, he goes hard with No Man's Sky. When No Man's Sky Next was released, I mean, these guys were 6-7 hours streaming. Law of Evolution as well. They stream hard. I mean, you know, Mac for a Day, who's another great No Man's Sky streamer. He streams when he wasn't working. Well, what is that over there? Is that just a small little colony? Or was that an abandoned building? I do not want to touch those eggs. I don't want those eggs. Yeah, it's an abandoned building. So yeah, because I'm streaming, I do get a bit of stuttering. So this is hence why I've had to set it a really low 360p. Oh yeah, you know, Semtex is one of my favourites. I mean, Cobra is probably my favourite No Man's Sky YouTuber because obviously he's been there since the beginning, and you know, his content is just fantastic. But in the sense of streamers, yeah, I'd put Semtex right up there, Is one of the best No Man's Sky. Life of Ryan, if you don't know the Life of Ryan, he's really good as well. He doesn't stream much. He works a lot, and he has, you know, other commitments as well. But he usually streams, I would say, anything up to 2 to 3 times a week. His pattern varies though. From memory, he had a few health issues, which kind of put him on the shelf for about good 6-7 months. So he lost quite a few subscribers. But he's another guy I would recommend. Exploring the Virtual is a really, he's funny. He is. He's a really another good guy. He doesn't get enough recognition he deserves, though, in my opinion. Mac for a Day is another really good streamer. I'm one of his moderators on his channel as well. He's really good. When he's not working during the summer holidays, he was beasting No Man's Sky. Put a lot of hours into the game. There's a lot, but you know what? With No Man's Sky and YouTube, I don't know. They used to be. It just used to be different. Gaming Mike is another great guy as well. There was another guy who's from the US, and he's really cool, but he's R-rated. He's more R-rated No Man's Sky streamer, and I've completely forgotten his name. But he swears a lot. It's just his personality. But he is really cool guy. And when it comes back to me, I'll let you know his name. But there's a lot of good No Man's Sky YouTubers out there. But when I look at those guys, their peak, I mean, other than L-Pace as well, L-Pace is pretty high up, Craze Gaming as well. As his subscriber account since Next has come out is insane, Craze Gaming. He started on, prior to Next he was on about 8,000 to 9,000 subscribers. He's now close to 30,000 subscribers, which is just insane. So he's pretty much close to Cobra's subscription, and Cobra's been there since day one, so Craze is just gathering insane amount of subscribers. But generally, with L-Plays, Cobra, Just Jared, there's loads, you know. There's Ivy Mike, you know, the Getnet Gang guys, they're cool. There's a lot of variety and different play styles and different mentalities and experiences with these guys on YouTube. And where do I see myself being like that? I don't at the moment, because number one, I don't have the resources, the financial resources. I've got a very basic mic which I'm talking to now. I haven't got the internet connection speed. I actually use a hotspot for my internet right now, so it's not great. Haven't got a keyboard, which I preferably would need. you know, so what I'm going to do, you know, once my situation's better, I would say probably after the new year, because Christmas is expensive. Got family, got presents to get. If I'm a good, you know, a good situation financially with work, things like that, I put a little bit of money aside, get some better equipment, get a keyboard for the PlayStation, maybe get a PS4 Pro if it goes down in price potentially. You know, and then I'll potentially look into, you know, upgrading the stuff that I have, you know, to stream, you know, recording stuff as well. But as of now, I've got the, you know, I've got the core basics, buddy. I've got the core basics. I won't even say it's the basics. I've got the, I've got the what you would call the little, you know, those guys have got the Marks and Spencers. I've got the little. And there's nothing wrong with Lidl's, you know, you can get some great stuff from Lidl's, but I guess that's why I'm there right now, LC. But yeah, I sub to all of them. I pretty much, my whole YouTube channel is subscribed to, majority is all No Man's Sky content creators. There's actually a Berry Technology module just there, so I'm going to pick that up after as well. But yeah, I'm with you on that. Where on earth? What on earth is going on here? Where is the main? Oh my goodness, where's it gone? Ah, there it is. But yeah, I just feel for those guys, because I think those guys, for the amount that they stream and content that they provide, they should be having a higher subscriber count. But it all comes down to this pathetic, immature mindset of the general, you know, the general public that have just hated on No Man's Sky and have tarnished even those channels. You know, Cobra got a seriously raw deal when the game was launched. Oh, that's not bad at all, LC. Look what I got for this. So I got a crude brewer's telescope. Oh, that is dope. A telescope. I've actually got a telescope at home. I love looking into the stars. I've got an undergraduate degree in astronomy, so I've actually studied science, planetary science and things like that. So things like this is just awesome to discover. So this is actually 669 years old, covered in burn marks. This tool must have seen a very strange life, but buried beneath the earth, it was drifted so far from its original story that we may never know its true purpose. Well, LC, that is... I'm just going to screen cap that. That is absolute... I'll read that to you again if you didn't get this. This is one of the... Sorry, if you can still see me, LC, I should be still recording. Oh, goodness. Just bear with me one moment, LC. My silly, bloody stream has gone funny again. Just one moment, LC. Okay, I was going to have to restart this, the whole thing again, because it's been an absolute pain now. So, I'll be right back, buddy, okay? Okay. Okay, I'm back now, LC. Sorry, I'm so new to all this stuff. It's all alien to me. How to run the... Oh, it's a nightmare. Absolute bloody nightmare. Because it said to me on PlayStation that it's only running my microphone, but it was recording, because I actually checked on my YouTube page, and it's actually showing... Oh, so you do amateur astronomy? Okay. Yeah. I basically did a open undergraduate degree, which was through the Open University in the UK. It's nothing brain challenging or anything like that. It's actually very easy. But with that, you got a very nice certificate. It's just where they class it as an undergraduate degree of some sort. But it was just an interest that I had, and because I've always liked space, I've always loved science fiction. I've always had a fascination with the unknown, so for me it was a natural decision to do something like that. You know, the older you get, you feel to yourself, you know, if you don't do it now, when will you do it? So I was like, well, what the hell, I'll do it. So yeah, I love things like that. I think, you know, a lot of us are too stuck in our bubble, if I like to call it that. You know, our bubble that is the real world, and that we're too focused on killing ourselves with work, too worried about stressing about life, and you know, there's a lot of wonderful things out there that, you know, we take for granted. And you know what? I'll tell you one thing. No Man's Sky has opened my eyes. Oh, thanks, Elsie. Thanks for saying I'm good. Thank you. Because I was worried about the stream not working. I was getting messages on my PlayStation saying that it's not only recording the audio but not the actual video. But if you're saying it's all good, that's great. Thanks for confirming that, buddy. Thank you. But yeah, I've always been someone who's fascinated by life and space and just crazy things, you know. I think it's a wonderful thing, you know, just not knowing what's out there and be able to maybe learn a little bit about it. Oh, that's the one game I do like, Elite Dangerous. I know it's very... People try to compare it to No Man's Sky. I don't know how you compare it to No Man's Sky, because it is a completely different game. And LC, guess what? I've made 143,000 units ready on my third planet, and look, guess what I found in my crash freighter, the cargo? A liquid explosive. Crazy. So I've actually got a base at a really good location, so I might actually try to dig up the rest of the stuff there, because there might be another liquid explosive. But yeah, it's great, LC. Always look into other things that other people don't do. I mean, you know, people, you know, you ask them what have you studied, what you know, what's your interest, and they'll say, oh, I like art. Don't get me wrong, I studied art as well, but very few people I know have had an interest for astronomy. They're like, oh yeah, is that about the stars, about your star sign? I'm like, no, that's astrology. Astronomy is about planets, about, you know, nebulas, about the Milky Way, black holes, etc., etc. And I've had a fascination for years, and so when No Man's Sky came out, I was, well, not when it came out, when I heard about it, I was like, this is going to be my dream game. Because if you're saying what you're thinking you're saying, Sean Murray, and you're telling me this is an open universe game where you can explore, land on planets and just walk around and look around, that's my dream game. So when the backlash happened and all that hate started, I kind of was like, what the hell are you guys talking about? This game is sick. I can get my ship and fly to another planet and explore it, you know. But, you know, I guess with Sean, he kind of opened his mouth and put himself in a bit of a hole. And I don't believe he, like, promised as such. I think he was overly excited. He was like a little kid. Oh, Carl Sagan. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's really good, man. Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, listen, I've got quite a lot of astronomy books, and they're not necessarily brain challenging, but I just like to sometimes read in my bed. Just about anything, you know. It could be about Saturn. It could be about Venus. What is going on here? Why am I still getting... It's still... I don't... This radiation is still getting me. Oh, there we go. I've had... Oh, God, yeah. I mean... I'm sorry, Elsie, I'm smoking at the moment, so it's a bit difficult to talk, play and smoke, but I need to nip that in the bud soon enough, cigarettes, but, yeah, I've loved space since I was a little kid. I've always had a fascination with it. I had a conversation with my partner, and there's a film, Interstellar. I'm sure you've heard of it. I'm sure you've seen it, Interstellar, with Matthew McConaughey, Jessica Chastain. One of my favourite science fiction films I think I've ever seen. I mean, when it came out, I was like, this is a dream film for me. And, you know, and I watched it and I loved it. It's very deep. It's a very deep film. You kind of get emotionally attached to it as well, which is fantastic. I love it when a film can actually get you emotionally attached, but you can also appreciate the actual science fiction aspect of it as well. That was just another amazing thing. It was just, I don't know, I just loved, yeah, for me, because Interstellar came out before No Man's Sky, but No Man's Sky was already, you know, being talked about, you know, and promoted, and I was like, God, I hope they got black holes in No Man's Sky, you know, and lo and behold, they do, and they kind of do something similar, but yeah, I've been very lucky, you know. But I think our generation of gamers are very lucky. I think, you know, when I was growing up, I had 2D games. You know, don't get me wrong, 2D games are fantastic. You know, I'll put the wrong bloody thing in there. You know, I loved my Mario, I loved my Shinobi, I loved my Streets of Rage. You know, I love Mario All Stars. You know, I've got wonderful memories of my childhood with gaming. But games now are, I mean, so far ahead. You know, since you know where we've come with games, that they are they're just something completely different now. You know. And I think this generation, and I don't know how old you are, LC. You know, I don't mean this in any disrespect to anyone that's in the younger minority, but you know, they're kind of more spoilt than what I was growing up with. You know, I didn't have that luxury of multiplayer, that luxury of all these things that you can see now with games. You know, what the hell's going on here? Oh, my thermal protection's going down. Oh, I've got too much stuff. Can I transfer that to my... Oh, how's my ship out of range? Okay, I'll get rid of the ferrite dust. But yeah, the generation now is just... Oh, that's handy. Handy metal. That's what I love about freighters. You can find so many useful resources there. I mean, I found a liquid explosive at a freighter. Okay. I'm getting away from it. But yeah. Just crazy. But I've been on this planet, how long now? For over an hour now. I mean, UK time, we're close to 7 PM here. Oh, okay, LC. Okay, well, yeah, no, yeah, you would have been there as well. I'm about 9 years, yeah, I'm 9 years older than you, so, yeah, we would have still been around the same sort of generation of games, but I think yours would have been what the PS1s, PS2 sort of era. But yeah, oh god, PS1, PS2 for me were just awesome. Great memories of that. Big fan of the Final Fantasy franchise back then. Resident Evil. Oh, I've got too much stuff. Where can I put this? Can this go on my ship? Yeah, that can go on my ship. GTA back in the day as well. I mean, there was some great stuff. I was also a big fan of wrestling. WWE, WCW. I used to love the SmackDown games on the PS2, but for me, I've completely lost interest in wrestling. I don't know what's happened to wrestling. It just, for me, it's not the same anymore. With the likes of Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H. I mean, you still got Triple H there, but he hardly wrestles anymore. Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, you know, Hulk Hogan. You know, just that era of wrestling in the 90s, you know, early noughties was just a fantastic time to be a fan. And now it's just for me, you know, some talented wrestlers, you know, still some cool stuff. But now it's just, I don't know, it's just absolutely just, I don't know, it's just gone to hell. Oh, cool, so you had Sega, SNES and PS1. Oh, yeah, so you're pretty much from the same era as me then, buddy. Great time to be a gameplay, you know, a player of those games, you know, those consoles. I was absolutely in love with my SNES and my Mega Drive, and if I could, just, you know, I've actually, the funny thing is, I've actually still got a majority of those consoles in a garage. My father has a garage, and we've got a Super Nintendo, SNES, Master System, NES, Mega Drive, Jaguar, N64, PS1, PS2, PS3 I don't actually have anymore, that broke, so I didn't bother getting a new one. I've got Xbox One, the original Xbox 360, didn't get the Xbox One. I've got the GameCube, Game Boys. Oh God, there was another handheld that was really well. I think it was an Atari. What was it? An Atari handheld? I can't remember what it was, but I've got quite a lot, and I've got a lot of games still in the garage, all boxed up and everything. Yeah, and I've also got the. Oh God, John Cena. God, yeah. You know, you got to respect the guy. You got to respect it. You know, he's a workhorse for the company. He's been around the world. He's promoted the company for so long. I saw a photo of him recently. He's like 41. And he looks seriously. It just looks really like odd, like veins everywhere, just super muscular, like the Hulk. And oh, you've got them all as well, the original stuff. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I've definitely got to dust off some of my consoles and plug them into my TV. Maybe do a stream of them someday, if I can get the whole software and everything, and you know, computer to get that all, make that possible. Because streaming older consoles is very difficult. With the current gen consoles is very easy. Well, it's relatively easy, even for someone like me. But streaming older consoles like SNES, things like that, you would have to have a pretty good PC, you'd have to have the right software, I would assume, recording software as well. But hell yeah, I mean, once I'm in a better situation, I'll definitely be doing like a retro stream week. One day during the week, do a retro stream, or maybe 2 days a week, picking up an old game, maybe on the Mega Drive, the Super Nintendo, and streaming them, you know, for a good few hours. Try and see if we can beat the clock, you know, like try and complete this game within 3 hours type thing, you know, something like that. That would be fun, just for nostalgia as well. I'd love it. What was I doing again, Elsie? What was I doing? Oh, that's right. This is the thing. Talking, streaming. Oh, it's so hard. But yeah, no, I agree with you. Those eras of gaming were just an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. And one that I will never forget. Oh, so you've got a wife that still has the N64. Oh, that's probably one of the best consoles ever made, with the best gaming as well. I've still got mine as well, and boxed up. Absolutely love the N64. The Resident Evil on the N64, absolutely brilliant. Mario 64 was amazing. I'll tell you one, there's this little guilty pleasure of mine, and not many people liked it, but Mission Impossible. I loved Mission Impossible. Was that on the N64? It may not have been on the N64, or it may have come out on the N64, but I know I had it on the PS1. And Mission Impossible, the first Mission Impossible game, I absolutely loved that. I also loved Alien Trilogy on the PS1. That was another... Oh, that was another favourite of mine. Absolutely loved that game to death. So what did we get here? We got Polyfiber, Liquid Explosive, we got Get Credit, and we got this Artifact, and completely forgot about the Albanian Pearls as well. So 3 planets, I've made a ton of money already. Oh, that is awesome. So we're going to put that there into our ship, and we're full up now. Okay, so we need tritium, we've got plenty of that. But yeah, Elsie, I'm going to hook that up. I think once I get, you know, my idea of how I'm going to plan this out, once I'm in, you know, working and save up a bit and get the right equipment, is to do a chat, you know, obviously stick to the channel that I've got, but do a proper stream, you know, a proper service for the, you know, for the viewers to watch, you know, sort of like a calendar of sorts, you know, when I'll be streaming, which days I'll be streaming, and obviously what I'll be streaming, you know. Until I get that software, until I get that equipment, until I get the money, until I get the proper resources, I can't commit to that. But when I'm at home and my internet's at a decent reception, should I say, I will do this. You know, and if a few people watch, 2-3 people watch and enjoy it, and want to subscribe, I'll be happy with that. You know, as long as I have some conversation, that makes me happy. I mean, this is the first time I've done it, starting from today, and I've got you talking to me today, so I'm happy with that. That's enough for me. I never ask for much. I never ask for yeah, like and subscribe, please come to me, because I'll give you tons of, you know, I can't provide that. I can't make false promises, you know. I might upload a video about No Man's Sky, or this and that randomness. You know, I haven't got an idea of what I want to do. I love to cover No Man's Sky, but we've got so many great YouTubers already doing that. But what I would like to... Oh, goodness me, again, I'm talking, I'm not paying attention. But yeah, I would love to do that. But I think for me, I would stream No Man's Sky, but I would cover retro games. I know there's quite a few YouTubers out there that do retro gaming, but I think if you're consistent enough and you have that fan base, you can build up quite a lot of subscribers from that. But I would definitely do a retro gaming channel, with maybe some indie games that you get. I think indie games are missed, you know, not looked at, you know, properly. There's a lot of good indie games out there. I think even small budget indie games cover them. You know, space games, you know, in space indie games that, you know, have been worked on a very small budget, really relatively cheap. You know, but I play test them, or I do a few playthroughs of them. You know, I think that's fun. You know, keeping things fresh. But I'll always, you know, once I get myself in a position where I'm happy to stream properly, I will do No Man's Sky every week. You know, that'll be a thing, because No Man's Sky is always going to update. But what I want to do is actually read this log. Before I do that, actually, LC, there was something I wanted to show you, which kind of got my brain thinking a little bit. Okay, I don't know what you make of this. How would you stream older consoles? Right, from what my understanding is, sorry Elsie, I've missed that comment there you gave. You would have to have a PC of some sort with software, recording software. But streaming from an old console to a PC, I'm not entirely sure. There must be some sort of converter that you can get to plug into that PS4 to record it from. Sorry, the old console to record it from. I mean, if you're recording from an N64 console, I'm not entirely sure how that would even work. But I'm sure if you got a Google, you know, did a Google, you could certainly find maybe something that would tell you on how to do that. I think another way of streaming a retro game would, if you have a PC or a laptop, would be to download an emulator. An emulator, if you type in N64 emulator online, you'll probably take you to the first page, which you'll download an emulator, and you'll be able to download ROMs. Now, it's not something exactly illegal, but it's out there, and you could download the ROMs and play those games through the emulator and stream it from your PC. That's probably the easiest way of doing it. From a console, I can't be entirely sure with you about how you would do that. I know some people have done that. I've seen YouTubers stream, you know, playing the N64 or the Super Nintendo live, and it's been streamed. There must be a way where they plug in the console into the TV and then have another connection from the TV going into the computer. That's what I think they do, if I'm honest with you. That's how I think you would do it. But I wanted to show you this. This was actually quite an interesting read. This is why a lot of people as well, they don't pay attention to a lot of things in No Man's Sky. Look out to interface. Yeah, that is. I think that's what they use. Something like that, LC, is probably what you would have to do. Get something like that, and I think you could do it that way. But there's people on YouTube that do it 100%, so it's not impossible. It can be definitely done. But this thing that I picked up from the ancient ruin, I don't know, it got me thinking. It's probably nothing, but it's kind of weird. It says, covered in burn marks, this tool must have seen very strange life, but buried beneath the earth. Now, is that planet Earth, or is that the actual earth of the ground? It has drifted so far from its original story that we may never know its true purpose. Original story from what? Because it's a telescope. I mean, it doesn't say the planet Earth, buried beneath the Earth. It has drifted so far from its original story that we may never know its purpose. So, crude brewer's telescope. So, I know it's procedural, but brewers is like a human name, surname. So, brewer is a person that is related to the law of No Man's Sky. That's just got me thinking. That's kind of crazy, because we know that where put these people into the simulation. So it must have some sort of significance. I don't know. So here we go. Life goes on day after day, delivering after. I hope to go home soon. The life of is not one for like me. Multiple sentinel energy signatures detected, requiring immediate dropping out of warp. The sentinels. What are they doing? Fighting each other. The sentinel ships are engaging each other, ignoring us for now. The sentinels appear to have departed. There's the stress signal nearby, broadcasting 16 on repeat. I'm going to take a look. Oh, okay, Elsie, yep. Oh, so you know about the emulators. Great, yeah, so you could probably do it that way as well from a PC. So I don't think you would have a problem streaming. You just have to get the right software for your PC to stream to like YouTube. But yeah, exactly. That's the way to do it. But LC, what I'm going to do, buddy, I hate to cut it kind of short. I'm very hungry. Oh, you know what, LC? I 100% agree with you about the lore. Those artifacts have got tons of lore on them, and I've actually every time I pick up an artifact, I screen cap them, because I like to go back and read it and just pick out little things, because I think in these artifacts there is some little significance to potential future updates in them. Because if you go to this one, for example, I mean, when it says it has drifted so far from its original story that we may never know its true purpose, so the story of No Man's Sky, because this is related to No Man's Sky, and it just gets me thinking. Brewer's telescope, a human surname, so it's a human telescope. It's not an alien, alien telescope. It's a human telescope. It's a lost artifact. It's 669 years old. I mean, the simulation's the future, right? So this is related to past tense. I mean, this is crazy. This is what I love. I mean, a lot of people wanted hidden treasure in No Man's Sky. They got it now. But what I love is in fact, it's not just hidden treasure which is worth money, but it's also the actual lore and notes that they put for each of these artifacts are brilliant. It's really good, because they would have had a script or a writer to write these things. They would have had someone that would have had to strategically and carefully write lore that relates to these lost artifacts. They can't just make up any gobbledygook. It can't be just random crap. It can't be. It has to have some sort of significance. I could be looking too far into it, but in my opinion, I don't think I am. I think these things, like Hello Games, always plan ahead. They always have a purpose. There's always a reason why they put something into the game. I'm kind of taking a detour here, but with Rayrod, love the guy, fantastic modder, super talented, but he's just using current assets as well as his own look and handcrafting his own stuff. He does a lot of his own work, as well as using unused assets, but he can't add things like this in to the game. He can't add these beautiful things that, like hidden treasures, because Hello Games can only do that, because that's their vision. And things like that, for me, is what I love about this, because we don't spend enough time exploring in this game now. We're worried about fighting each other, PvP, building up our frigates, getting an S-class freighter, worrying about this upgrade that. I could care less about that. Don't get me wrong, I've made quite a lot of units in this past 3-4 hours of gameplay, and I'm only on my 3rd planet. Don't get me wrong, but will I sell these? Yeah, the liquid explosives are probably going to sell, because I haven't got the blueprints yet to make anything more expensive, but I might keep them. Obviously these, I'd love to keep these, but they haven't got a feature now where they're worth keeping. And I hope Hello Games implements a feature where you can actually use these in your trading terminal and put a fixed price on them. Like, the value now is 526,000, but I want to sell this for 2 million, and put the price on it for 2 million. Maybe have a barter system at your base, your trading terminal. There's so much potential with this game. There really is, and I hope they do something with that. I really do. I think the trading, I think the exploration, I think a pet system as well. I think they need to have like a lab, where you can. Actually, while I'm talking, let's get some more cargo stuff. I am going to end the stream soon, though, buddy. Just because it's nearly 7 o'clock here. Yeah. So, and there's a film I want to watch, and I'm very, very hungry. And bloody hell, the day has gone so quick. When you're playing video games, the days go so quick. It really, really does. And I might go on a little bit later. I don't have to be up too early tomorrow. Well, I haven't got work, but I don't have to be up tomorrow, so too early. I've got some stuff I've got to do later in the day. But I can stream a little bit later tonight, episode 3. If this bloody thing lets me take the thing. Okay, we've got Starship Fuel. That's all good. That's fine. Starship Fuel's good enough. But yeah, what I'm going to do, we'll continue talking for another 5 minutes or so. Oh goodness sakes, why am my protection going down like that? But yeah, I just feel there's so much potential. I'm sure Hello Games, they've got their wallboard with everything on there that they want to add and suggestions from the community. And I think in time, whether it's a year, 6 months, 2 years, it'll get there. You know, they'll add it, because I think Hello Games want to give what the people want. You know, if it makes the game worth it, you know, the overall experience worth it, then they will add it. You know, if it doesn't and it doesn't add anything, then they're not going to add it. But I'm having a blast with this game right now, an absolute blast. And it's just great, you know. It's just, I think what they've done in next is really elevate the game. You know, there's a lot of there's still flaws of the game, there's still the bugs, there's still some performance issues, but if you can look past that and understand it is a small team, what they've actually done in 2 years is pretty amazing for any developer, especially a team that's so small. I think they've got max now of about 21 staff or 20 staff. That is pretty crazy, you know. That is insane. They hired, I think they hired a bunch of former Lions Head staff, the team that made Fable. And that was a pretty good game. I mean, you know, you've got some very experienced developers there, programmers there. You know, so that experience is valuable. You know, so the Hello Games aren't done yet with this game. Sean has said it himself. They're not done yet. You know, they're definitely not done yet. You know, they're ready to make an impact. You know, they want to make an impact. You know, they already have in my eyes, but I don't think Sean is fully satisfied, and I feel, you know, he wants to add more. You know, he wants more. Oh, it's getting a bit glitchy there. Oh, that's the one I forgot to do. This one. Whoa, got liquid explosive. But that was the one I already went to. Oh, I think it's bugged. I wonder if these are all bugged. No, it's not, but it gave me 2 lots of liquid explosive. Oh, wow. So I've actually got, wow, close to 2 mils worth of, oh, that's insane. I love what they did with the freighters now, the crash freighters, because you can make so much money. Oh, this is awesome. I don't usually, you know, I don't know. Streaming is so different. When you stream, it's a different experience. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's cool. It is a different experience. You play differently. You do play a lot differently, for sure. How's my terrain manipulator out of juice? Oh, there we go. You kind of don't rush. I mean, I've watched a lot of players, and I've actually noticed, like Life of Ryan, he's not a fast streamer. He doesn't rush and this and that. He likes to take his time, and I'm pretty much the same type of player. And I think you mentioned as well, LC, that you're pretty much like that as well. You don't like to rush the game, and I think that's the way it should be. I don't see why people need to, you know, get to center quickly or do this and that quickly. I think it's just ridiculous. I think I don't know. What's the point? You know. Oh dear, are we gonna have enough ferret? No, we're not. We need more ferret dust. But yeah, Elsie, thank you so much for coming to the stream. I do appreciate it. You know, hopefully in time we'll be able to, you know, both build up our channels, you know, get 3 or 4 subscribers watching us at the same time, and you know, it'll be nice. It'll be nice. You know, I don't want hundreds of people subscribed to the channel. You know, well, I would, but I don't want, you know, 100 people at one go to you know, to be watching the channel. That will scare me. You know, if I've got a niche 10 or 15, I think 15, that's good. That's good for me. And then word of mouth gets round, and, you know, get a few more here and there. I'm happy with that. You know, I'll be happy with 500 subscribers. You know, I'll be happy when I get to my first 100 or my first 50. You know, as long as I've got a niche little community, people watching me, that's good enough. As I said earlier on, and well, repeated many times, I just haven't got the equipment or the resources to stream properly. So any support I can get, you know, is great. You know, if I can get like is there a GoFundMe or whatever it is? I don't know what GoFundMe is, or, you know, Patreon or something to support the channel. People to help support the channel if they like my content, they like my personality, and, you know, they can help with that. You know, it doesn't matter how much the donation is, like 20p, 50p, it doesn't matter. Everything helps. Then I'll use that straight towards that. I'm not going to use it for anything else, you know. But listen, that's going down the line. That's yeah, LC. I've been to the centre once in my gameplay, in the entire gameplay of No Man's Sky, and that was before Foundation. That was before the Foundation update. I felt I did everything I could in Euclid. I explored a lot. I mean, I'm talking thousands of planets I went to, probably thousands. I mean, I spent my 1,000 hours. I think it's about my 1,000 hours on normal mode. I've got new normal mode, but I've also got the old normal mode. It's 1,000+ hours before Foundation came out. So that was all before that. So I did a lot of exploring in that Euclid galaxy, and I just thought one day I'm going to jump. So I went to the Hilbert, and then Foundation came out, and then I started a fresh save again. But I've backed up every save I've got. I've backed up to USB. I've got packs of USBs, which was from a previous job that I worked in, and we used to get everything at a trade price, really cheap price. I mean, super cheap. So I just bought a stack of them. So I've kept all my save files. So if I want to hop back in, I could try, but I think the pre-Foundation save will probably not be compatible with Next. I very much doubt it. So it's just not even worth going back to that save, to be honest with you. But I did have a 48 class fighter ship, so it will be kind of interesting. Maybe one day I'll do it on a stream, go back to that and just see what it's like. Maybe I will. But yeah, that's good. You got 30 subscribers, LC. Oh, that's really good. Listen, 30 is better than nothing. You know, I think I've got sort of 7 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I'm happy with that. It's fine. It's 7's better than none, right? But, you know, hopefully with the more streams I do, which, if I'm going to set an expectation of how many streams I'm going to do, I've got an interview this week, and if I get this job, which I would say I've got an 80% chance of getting it. Okay, I'm not trying to be overconfident, but I've got a good chance. If I do get it, then I will probably be able to commit to like 2 streams, 3 streams a week, and it depends where I am. If I'm at my family's, then I can stream a lot more. You know, oh yeah, give it a go. Why not? You know, I think I'll be able to commit to something like. I don't know. If I say 2 streams a week, I think that's the max I'll be able to do when I'm working. And I think that's okay. But saying that, if I'm at my place, then I can definitely stream every night after work for like an hour. Oh yeah. No, back up your save. No, definitely. Just make sure, as long as you've got USBs, obviously don't use the same USB because you've got to overwrite the other one. But if you've got spare USBs, yes, by all means, give it a go. Because I think I'm going to do back up, you know, this save file, these save files I have, and then put my original pre-Foundation save and see where the hell I am in that, because I had a 48 slot fighter ship, which you can't get anymore You couldn't get that anymore since Pathfinder. Yeah, they stopped that. They nerfed that since Pathfinder, so you can't get that anymore. So it would be a jewel. It would be a valuable jewel. A fighter 48 class. I think I've got all the cargo stuff. I think I've done it all. I think I have. Yeah. It's all gone. We've made a lot of money here. I wonder if I can... What am I supposed to do now? Oh, carbon that again. What I'm going to do, Elsie, I'm going to end the stream in a minute, but I am going to do the blueprint analyzer, and I don't know what I want to get a save point. And then what I'll probably do, buddy, I'm going to end the stream, get something to eat, and then I will. What's going on here? There we go. And then salvage technology, which I already have. Yes, I do. I've got 9. And then I'll come back a little bit later. It's 7 PM here in the UK. I need to munch. I'm freaking hungry, to be honest with you. Yes, we're going to get a save point. Give me that. Thank you. And then, what do we need? I need to make this first, don't I? So this... Oh, a storm. Okay, quickly save point. How much? Metal plating and dehydrogen jelly. And we have no... Oh dear, we've got no ferret dust. And these little ones here, can I even mine those? Oh, I can. So I need some metal plates. Quickly get these before storm approaches. Oh dear, I think I've took them all from here. But yeah, I'm definitely going to come back and do probably another hour stream or something. I don't know if it's going to be commentary, LC. But yeah, if you want to spread the word, I mean, you know, of my channel, I'll do the same as well. You know, it'd be great to get some support, even if it's on a minuscule level. You know, any support's better than no support, right? You know, and I certainly would. I've said to a long time ago, I'd love to be a streamer, but you know, family life, things like that, it just doesn't allow me to do that. But I am, yeah, I'm enjoying this. I think I haven't done too bad today. I think I think you know, we had a good conversation. Yeah. Oh, okay, LC, buddy. Oh, thanks, mate. That means a lot to me. I do appreciate it. You know, it's definitely challenging. You know, I've got a lot to learn about streaming, for sure. But that's really, really kind of you, buddy. I really do appreciate that. You know, but yeah, if you feel like leaving a like, buddy, that would be awesome as well. And obviously, just oh, that's great, buddy. Thank you for sharing that. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, feel free to leave a like and share, etc., etc. But you know, you don't have to. Don't feel like you have to. I'm not one of those people that force people to do something. You know, it's just not my style. But what I'm going to do, buddy, I'm not going to end it just yet. I'm going to basically build the save point, but I need dehydrogen jelly for that, and I haven't got any dehydrogen. So I'm just going to see if I can find some of that first, and then I'm going to end the stream. But I don't see any around here right now, and I want to save my game, not with the ship. I had a problem in one of my other saves where, oh, look at all this grass. This is cool. Where when I exit my ship, it said it was saved. So when I rebooted the save, reloaded the save, oh, I've got butterflies. How the hell am I going to get that? There is a way of doing it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, these butterflies are a pain in the backside. That's it, that's it, that's it. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. I got it, I got it, I got it. Yeah, no. I was so close. I think Hello Games needs to sort these butterflies out because they are so fast. Oh, come on. Oh. Right, we're going to get these butterflies. This is the thing I'm going to do before I finish my stream. If I get this butterfly... No, I was so close. Sean Murray, why? Are you trying to make things even harder for us? Oh. Sean Murray, these birds are on something. They're on LSD or something. They're on a drug. I don't see butterflies going this fast in the real world. Oh my goodness. Come on, come on, come on. We're gonna get, honestly, LC, I'm gonna get this before I end the stream. One way or another. Oh, goodness me. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna end my stream once I get the butterflies. We are gonna get these butterflies, I promise you. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Just, no. You won't, I'm not hurting you, scanning you, it's fine. Please, pretty butterfly. Please. Horses, I want my reward, I want my nanites. Come on. Come on. You damn butterfly. Yes! I got it, LC. I got it. Oh. Well, that was an absolute struggle. Right, that's worn me out. I'm going to go back to my ship and save it there. There's no dehydrogen here, so I'm going to have to look for that on my next stream. But yeah, those butterflies are an absolute pain. Let me see if I can actually see what they look like. Wow, they're tiny. So how many more animals have we got to get? 4 more. Okay, I might try and do that actually on the next stream. Get all the explore this planet a bit more. I think in this stream I've kind of just walked around a lot, talked, which has been awesome. But I think I'm going to maybe explore this planet a little bit more. Yeah, woo! I did it! Awesome. Okay. Please save properly. Okay. Well, LC, it's been an absolute pleasure, buddy. I'm going to see if I can come on a little bit later. I mean, it's just gone 7 now, but I'm super hungry. There was a film I want to watch as well. But thank you, honestly. Super thanks for coming to the stream. And obviously, you know, just being here to talk to. You know, it's been an absolute pleasure, buddy. And I am going to end this with a photo mode moment. And of my little base by the Crash Freighter. That's given me loads of money today. And I've also been joined by LC, who's been a wonderful audience. But yeah, I'm going to end this stream. But thank you, LC. Thank you so much for being here and having the great conversation. It's been really, really, really nice. But yeah, we'll talk about some other stuff on the next stream. But yeah, you've been with Thunder. This is my temporary base because there's no way I'm building base here permanently. And this has been my episode 2. So I will catch you guys on the next episode. Until then, goodbye guys. Laters, alligators.